to Circle of Unity Ministries, Heal Your Hurting Mind, Episode 3. Some pain crashes into your life like a storm. A death, a betrayal, a diagnosis, a heart problem, a heartbreak, a moment that splits your life into before and after. That kind of pain is obvious. People see it, they expect you to grieve it, they understand why you're hurting, but there is another kind of pain that arrives quietly. It settles into your mind slowly and becomes part of your daily life. At first, you fight it, and then you manage it, and then you have to start explaining it. Then one day you just stop questioning it altogether. You start calling it normal. That is the pain you've learned to live with. It is the anxiety you stopped questioning because you decided, this is just how my mind works. It is the exhaustion you normalize because everybody seems tired. It is the bitterness you justify just because what they did really was wrong. It is the numbness that you call peace, the overthinking you call being prepared, the isolation you call protecting your energy, the control you call responsibility, and after a while, that storm becomes familiar. And you may not even realize you're still inside. I mean, that is why some people stay stuck for years without understanding why. Not because they're weak, not because they're lazy, not because they do not love God. Sometimes people stay stuck because survival became their identity. If you have lived anxious long enough, peace can feel strange. If you lived angry for too long, forgiveness feels dangerous. If you've lived exhausted for too long, rest feels irresponsible. If you have lived guarded for long, trust feels unsafe. Most people think they want healing until healing starts asking them to change. We want relief, but healing asks for surrender. We want peace, but peace may require us to release control. We want freedom. Freedom means leaving patterns that once made us feel safe. The storm becomes so familiar that even the eye of the storm starts feeling like home. You are not completely falling apart anymore. You are functioning. You're showing up to work, posting pictures, laughing at jokes, answering messages, and going through life, but something inside you still feels trapped. And because you're functioning, you may start convincing yourself that this is as good as life gets. As good as it gets, baby. But that's not right. That's not true. That is why one of the most uncomfortable questions in all of Scripture appears in John chapter 5. Jesus approaches a man who had been unable to walk for 38 years. 38 years is long enough for pain to become identity. Long enough for weakness to become routine, and long enough for suffering to become the story somebody tells about themselves. The man is lying beside the pool of Bethesda, a place associated with healing. He is close to mercy, close to grace, close to healing, but still stuck. Then Jesus asks him a shocking question. Do you want to be well? At first, the question almost sounds cruel. Of course he wants to be well. Who wouldn't? But Jesus never ever asked shallow questions. He was asking the question underneath the question. Not, do you want relief? Everybody wants relief. The deeper question is, do you actually want a new life? Healing changes more than pain. Healing changes patterns, relationships, excuses, and identity. If the man gets healed, he cannot keep living the same way anymore. He cannot keep defining himself by the mat that he sleeps on, or organizing his life around waiting beside the pool. Healing would free him, but it would also require him to become something new. And honestly, that scares a lot of people. Because pain can become familiar. The porch becomes familiar. The mat, familiar. The cage becomes familiar. Familiar pain often feels safer than unfamiliar freedom. This is exactly what we see in the Hebrew scriptures when Israel leaves Egypt. God brings the people out of slavery, but slavery does not leave their minds overnight. When the wilderness becomes difficult, they begin looking backwards. They remember the food from Egypt, but they forget the chains. This is what pain does to the human mind. It edits our memory. It makes the old prison feel safe than the unknown future. Many people still live this way emotionally. A person leaves a toxic relationship but still expects every relationship to become unsafe. A person escapes chaos but still feels uncomfortable in peace. A person receives love but still braces for the rejection. A person begins healing but still misses their old patterns because those patterns once helped them survive. That is why healing often feels uncomfortable before it feels peaceful. The soul has to learn how to live free. Judaism teaches this deeply. Proverbs warns people to guard the heart because from it flows the issues of life. The heart becomes shaped by what it repeatedly dwells on. If fear stays long enough, fear starts making the decisions. If bitterness stays long enough, then bitterness becomes your identity. If shame stays long enough, shame starts rewriting your soul. Christianity speaks into this through the ministry of Jesus. Jesus never reduced people to their wounds. He did not only see a blind man, a sick man, a grieving woman, or a rejected sinner. He saw the person beneath the pain. And when Jesus tells the man at Bethesda, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk," he is doing more than healing a body. He is calling someone into a new identity. The mat once carried the man, now the man will carry the mat. That is healing. Not pretending the pain never happened and not erasing the past, but no longer allowing the past to define and carry you. Islam teaches something equally powerful through the ideas of the, my Arabic is not great. So, through the ideas of the qalab, the heart that shifts and turns. The Quran says, hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah, not because pain magically disappears, but because the heart keeps returning. returning from fear, returning from despair, returning from shame, returning from the storm. Islam also teaches sabr and tawakkul. Sabr is patient endurance, not passive suffering or pretending everything is okay, but refusing to let pain turn you into someone or something you never were meant to be. Tawakkul is trustful reliance on God, not lazy faith, not sitting still forever while calling it trust. It means doing what is yours to do while trusting God with what you cannot control. I believe I read somewhere that it means trust fully in God, but still tie your camel up. And that makes sense. That makes sense. And so, where was I? This is where all three Abrahamic traditions meet powerfully. Judaism teaches people to stop thinking like slaves after freedom has already come. Christianity shows grace, coming near and calling the wounded people to rise. Islam teaches the heart to return to God with patience and trust. Together, they reveal something humanity desperately needs to hear. Pain may shape you, but it does not have to define you. The storm may surround you, but it is not your identity. The mat may have carried you, but it was never supposed to become your home. Still, many people remain stuck because staying stuck sometimes feels safer than healing. The porch asks nothing new of you. The porch lets you explain your pain, avoid risk, avoid disappointment, and protect your old patterns. But the pool is different. The pool requires movement, vulnerability, and faith. The pool asks you to believe life could actually become different. And honestly, many people are terrified of that, because what if they hope again and get hurt again? What if they trust again and get abandoned again? What if they step forward and fail? So instead of risking healing, they stay close to healing. They talk about healing, they pray about healing, and think about healing, but never move on to actual healing because they're scared. This is where grace becomes so important, because grace moves first. Grace comes before strength, confidence, and perfect faith. Grace is God moving toward you while you are still exhausted. Grace is God meeting you inside the eye of the storm. Grace is God seeing the version of you that barely knows how to keep going and yet still refuses to abandon you. But grace is not passive. It's not passiveness. Grace initiates. Faith participates. On that again, grace initiates. Faith participates. Grace opens the door and faith walks through it. Grace speaks truth. Faith stops agreeing with the lies. Grace says, "You are loved here." Faith says, "Then I do not have to stay trapped here." This is one of the most misunderstood parts of healing. Some people believe faith means pretending nothing hurts. But faith is not denial. Faith is honesty that keeps moving. Faith can sound like, God, I am scared, but I will take the next step. God, I am tired, but I do not want to stay on this mat forever. God, I do not know how healing works yet, but I am willing to stop defending what is destroying me. Real faith moves, not perfectly, not dramatically, sometimes trembling, sometimes slowly, sometimes exhausted, but it moves. Healing often begins with very small decisions. One honest prayer, one truthful conversation, one counseling appointment, one boundary, one night of rest, one decision to stop feeding your mind constant fear, one moment of breathing instead of spiraling, one act of forgiveness, one refusal to replay the wound again. Small steps matter because pain often becomes powerful through repetition, and healing usually begins the same way. One repeated lie can build a prison, but one repeated truth can start opening the door. I am not my anxiety. I am not my bitterness. I am not my exhaustion. I am not the storm. I am not the mat. I am loved by God. I am healing. And I can take the next step. These are not magic words. They are truth. They are truth seeds. And truth changes people over time. There is another reason people stay stuck. Shame. Shame says, you should already be over this. You are too damaged. You will never really change. Something is wrong with you. But grace says something different. Grace says, you are loved even here in the storm. You are not beyond any kind of healing. You are not finished. You are not your diagnosis. You are not only what happened to you. And this matters because many survival patterns once made sense. Overthinking may have protected you. Shutting down may have once kept you safe. People-pleasing may have once helped you avoid rejection. Anger may have once felt stronger than grief. Numbness may have once helped you survive overwhelming pain. And those patterns may have helped you survive, but survival patterns can become prisons, and they never really let you heal. Healing asks an uncomfortable question. Is this pattern still protecting me, or is it now controlling me? That is why honesty matters so much. Not self-hatred, not shame. Honesty. God, I am scared to heal. God, chaos feels more normal than peace. God, I do not know who I am without this pain. God, I have built my identity around survival. That kind of honesty is truly holy, because God cannot heal the fake version of you. God needs to meet the real one. The real you may still feel afraid. The real you may still feel exhausted. May still feel stuck near the pool. But grace is always closer than you think. The God who brought Israel out of Egypt still walks people through the wilderness. The Christ who told the man to rise still meets people lying on mats they no longer know how to leave. Allah, who calls hearts back through remembrance, still steadies the soul in the middle of fear. You are not being asked to pretend the storm never happened. You are being invited to stop calling the storm your home. You are not being asked to erase the mat. You're being invited to stop lying on it forever. You're not being asked to deny your pain. You're being invited to believe your pain is not the deepest truth about you. Healing is not becoming somebody fake. Healing is becoming more fully alive, more fully honest, more fully free, and more fully yourself before God. Maybe that is where this whole journey really begins. Not with perfection, not with pretending, but with one honest answer to the question Jesus still asks hurting people today. You know that question? Do you really want to be healed? Do you really want to be well? If your answer is yes, even a tired yes, even a scared yes, even a trembling yes, then healing may already be beginning. Because grace has already come near. And with God's help, you do not have to stay in the storm forever. Well, that was very encouraging. Stay blessed, my friends, and may peace be with you.